In the world of software development, you hear some promises that just sound way too good to be true. And one of the most famous, or maybe infamous, is this one: the idea that you can get money for nothing and change for free. It's a phrase that gets thrown around a lot in agile circles, but what on earth does it actually mean?
I mean, it's a super catchy line, but let's be real for a second. Is it even possible? Can you really deliver massive value without breaking a sweat and then turn on a dime without it costing you anything? Well, that's the big question we're going to dig into today.
This one statement really gets to the aspirational heart of the entire Agile framework. It's bold, right? It's almost provocative. So let's actually break it down, starting with that first part.
Okay, so let's tackle that first piece, money for nothing. Now, this isn't about getting paid for sitting around doing zero work. Nope. It's really about a pretty radical shift in how we think about and how we deliver value.
So in the Agile world, money for nothing is all about speed to value. Just picture this. You're launching a new app. Instead of spending a whole year building every single feature before anyone even sees it, Agile says, let's get a basic working version into users' hands in just a few weeks. That early feedback, maybe even that early revenue, that's the money you get, and it feels like nothing compared to the long, painful wait of the old ways.
Think of it like a conveyor belt of value. Instead of one huge delayed delivery at the very end of the line, Agile is all about a steady stream of smaller, valuable features coming out in sprints. Your stakeholders actually get to see real progress in weeks, not months or years. And that's exactly why it can feel like money for nothing. The value just starts flowing without that traditional, agonizing wait.
But delivering value fast is only half the battle. The other part of the promise, the one that's equally appealing, is change for free. And that just begs the question, in a world where every single change usually has a price tag attached, what does that even mean? This idea really gets to the core of what makes Agile, well, Agile. The world we live in is unpredictable. Customer needs change, your competitors launch new stuff out of the blue. Change for free is this core principle that says your team shouldn't be punished for adapting to that reality. It's about building a system that actually expects change, instead of one that dreads it. The difference is kind of like a train on a fixed track versus a boat on a river. A traditional project, that's the train. If the track breaks up ahead, everything just grinds to a halt. But an Agile project is more like that boat. It's designed to just navigate around obstacles and adjust its course naturally. The goal is to make pivoting so fluid that it feels totally frictionless, almost free. So on one side, you have this incredible aspiration, effortless value, and seamless change. But on the other side, well, you have reality. Does this promise just happen automatically when you say we're agile? The short answer is no, not even close. And that brings us to a much-needed reality check. Because while all those agile benefits are absolutely real, they are definitely not free. There is a cost to achieving this level of agility, but it's not measured in dollars and cents. Here's the bottom line. Making Agile look effortless actually takes a tremendous amount of effort under the surface. Getting that smooth flow of value and flexibility requires a huge, fundamental shift in how teams work, think, and collaborate with each other. Success really rests on four main pillars. You've got to have disciplined teamwork, people who actually do the daily stand-ups and retrospectives properly. You need continuous collaboration with your stakeholders, not just an occasional check-in. You need ongoing investment in your team's culture and its tools. And finally, you absolutely need skilled facilitation from people like Scrum Masters to guide the whole process and keep the wheels on. This is all the hidden work, right? Welcoming change isn't passive, it means constant communication, it means having difficult conversations and making hard decisions in those backlog grooming sessions. Delivering value quickly means making some really smart trade-offs. So while the huge penalties of old school project management might be gone, the hard work is still very much there. So, if it's not literally true, have we all just been chasing a myth this whole time? Not at all. The key here is to shift our perspective and see this phrase for what it really is, a powerful metaphor for the true agile mindset. This is how we bring the promise and the reality together. Money for nothing isn't about getting something for free, it's about maximizing value without the old burdensome costs. And change for free isn't about consequence-free changes, it's about welcoming change without the heavy penalties that used to completely paralyze projects. It's all about getting a better outcome in a smarter way. It's really the Agile loop in action, delivering value over and over while constantly adapting. That phrase, money for nothing, change for free, it's not a literal promise. Think of it as the North Star for this whole process. It's the goal we're all striving for, and it reminds us of both the incredible potential and the disciplined work it takes to get there. So that leaves us with one final question for you to think about. When you look at your own team or your own organization, are you chasing the myth of effortless results, or are you putting in the disciplined work it takes to build the reality of a truly agile environment? The answer to that question really does make all the difference.